Arctic Air keeps your home or business comfortable. For more than 20 years, we provided outstanding residential and commercial services through Southern Middle Tennessee. Whether you need assistance with your heat, air conditioning, preventive maintenance, or anything in between, trust our reliable team to get the job done. We'll take the time to figure out your specific needs and recommend what we believe is right and best for your situation.
We've been using Arctic Air for over 15 years now. Their service is great, they're here when we need them, and their prices are competitive. They take the worry out of the heat and air so I don't have to.
Arctic Air, when you need us, we'll be there.
Financial advisor Scott Beasley knows time spent with family is everything. As a founder of Beasley Wealth Management, his mission is to give clients the freedom to enjoy time with family without the burden of financial concerns. A local of Lawrenceburg, Scott deeply values building relationships with clients, ensuring they make informed decisions concerning asset management, tax planning, and retirement planning. Offering a free initial consultation, Beasley Wealth Management helps clients pursue their aspirations with confidence. A local law firm respected throughout the state. Generations of clients have turned to Boston, Holt, and Durham since 1948. We assist individuals and businesses with their legal needs, including real estate, property closings, personal injury, employment discrimination, and family law. Our clients get the personal attention and convenience of a hometown law firm with the resources and ability to handle any case. Come see us at Boston, Holt, and Durham.
Since opening our doors in 1904, Builtwell Bank has existed to be the local economic engine for the communities we serve. No matter if you're buying a car, saving for retirement, or finally buying that forever home, Builtwell Bank is here to help. From personal checking and savings accounts to a full suite of business and commercial banking with treasury management services, we'll make sure you'll have a dedicated Builtwell banker that understands your unique needs and stands by you every step of the way. No matter where you are in Tennessee or Northwest Georgia, there's likely a Builtwell Bank location nearby. Come see us and let our dedicated financial team help you with all of your banking needs. Member FDIC.
At C&B Linen, fast, friendly, and reliable service is our promise to you because you're not just a customer, you're family. From multi-use linen to branded floor coverings and a complete range of cleaning supplies, C&B Linen is here to make sure you have everything you need. From our high-quality products to our fast, friendly, and reliable service, you'll experience the difference with C&B Linen because you're not just a client, you're part of our family. You'll be winning with C&B Linen.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome everybody here to X Sports Live once again. I'm joined by Clint Brazier, Dusty Kaiser, and guys, no Hayden Burks tonight. He is on the road with E.O. Kaufman Middle over in Tullahoma, so he is making the annual got to go to Tullahoma 12 times in a week span trip that we always seem to make, whether during the high school season or during the middle school season, but at some point they got to bring all this over here. They just I like Tullahoma, but my gosh, they do 20 events over there.
It seems like that middle school sectional Kaufman's ends on like a one every 3 years. So because Kaufman's got one of the best, probably the nicest middle school gym in the state.
Yeah.
So it's great when it hosts here, but when it doesn't, you're going all over.
You got to drive forever.
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of driving, which it's a good thing because they're winning and they continue to win.
Sure.
And it's for all the right reasons. It's just it's a lot of driving over there, and I know I made that trip last night. But first, let's start off with the big doubleheader at the Nest. Clinton, you're on the call. You and Britt, you
Was
guys.
there a game last night?
The only game I knew of was my boy's 4th and 10-year-old at Rotary.
Yeah.
How'd they do?
Oh, we won, man. We're 3-0.
3-0.
Yeah, it started out rough after the first quarter. It was 1-4.
Ooh, okay.
Had a barn burner over at Rotary Park Gym and ended up winning.
After the first inning.
No. I quit counting at like 25 shots on goal between both teams in the first quarter. Not even close.
Yeah.
Them boys, they watch too much NBA.
Yeah.
They chucking too many threes?
Well, not really. But the backboard, they almost need a pole just to rim with no backboard because they don't know what that means.
We ain't using it. So
No, and I'm sure somebody's listening that was probably there last night.
Don't make no coaches mad now. They're trying.
When I yelled, use the backboard, everybody in the gym stopped.
Well, you probably didn't say it real softly.
No, I said it loud. Our team was down on the other end, and we took force.
I think I heard it in Tullahoma last night. I didn't realize Dusty was here. He said his truck broke down.
Yeah, my goodness.
Packed house. I did use, I don't know if you guys listened to, I know you were texting me back and forth, and AJ, you were busy, but I did use it as a good chance to put a public service announcement out there to any city commissioners or school board people that this is a perfect example of why Summertown needs a new gym because it was standing room only.
Yeah.
I mean, and it was packed at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
It was packed.
Oh,
at 5
I had no doubt it was going to be packed early.
It sounded great. You and Brent were great on the call
Thank
last
you.
night.
Yep, it was a good game.
Both games almost kind of very similar tracks. Summertown starts fast, and then Loretto kind of comes on in the second quarter.
It
and
was
kind of
both games were identical to me.
they were identical.
Yeah.
Summertown men and women. I think Summertown women scored 14 points, only scored 14 points in the second half. Men only scored 10.
Yeah, right.
So it was, we said it on at the end of both those broadcasts. These games were closer than the final score showed. But you got to tip your hat to Loretto because once it got time to put a game away, both squads did.
Yeah.
Allie Weathers took over in the girls' game, never missed a free throw. I think she finished 35.
35
I think it was 35 and
35 points, 10 rebounds, 5 steals.
And
I think 3 assists, too.
And what I had been saying, and they're going to get better. Listen, it was a good game for the Lady Eagles to play to say, okay, our 16-1 record's great, but now we know what we've got to get better at because it was so many turnovers.
Yeah. 20,
I talked about you had to replace those 4 guards from last year, those 4 ball handlers. Well, you saw it last night in the turnovers out front. Abby Jo Schaefer had a good night. Gabby Long hit some big threes, but as far as just defensive pressure, let me tell you something. Allie Augustine, I didn't really know how good she was, but I'm a believer in her.
She's really good.
She is a great player.
Really
Going to be a great player. And she put so much pressure out front. And look, Allie Weathers and Carly are just so different. Mm-hmm. Carly, you watch her, and she might only have 18. You think she's got 40.
Yeah.
But Allie just quietly, just a quiet 35.
Yeah, just a quiet 35.
and outscores Summertown.
Right.
So now, with that said, on the boys' side, you had the best case scenario. If you're Summertown, you had both bigs in foul trouble for Loretto.
Yeah.
I think Bowie is coming off a growing injury, so I think his playing time is a little
He
limited.
still had 8 rebounds last night.
He did.
It was pretty impressive going through that.
But you had the best case scenario. Summertown came out hot. The Sherman brothers, Cole Campbell hitting some big threes. Kurt Burleson does what he does. And then you thought everything was how you wanted it, and somebody forgot to tell that to Mason Tibble. because he was hotter than a $2 pistol. I think he only missed 1 3 as far as the night goes, and I even said it on air. It's a really good ace in the hole to have, because even when Grayson Burleson and Bowie were on the court, there were several times that Tibble was guarding Kurt Burleson. Because think of how much of a mismatch that is now, Bowie and Burleson guarding a Sherman brother or a small.
Yeah.
Summertown is just not big. It's just is what it is. And, man, I haven't watched them live this year, Loretto.
Right.
But I've bought in. I mean, I was holding out thinking, listen, they're legit.
Without Bowie and Burleson both in foul trouble, Corbin Reynolds stepped up, 11 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. Jackson Robertson just a
Big
point
night.
shy of 10 points. He had 9 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. I mean, those guys really stepped up in a big way. But you mentioned Mason Tidwell. He was 12 of 16 from the field, 7 of 9 from 2, 5 of 7 from 3.
5 assists, so he did miss 2.
He did miss 2.
Well, I missed
Wow.
one somewhere. But what I was most impressed with, I knew how big they were. I knew how physical they were. But what I was most impressed with is when they get a rebound or a turnover, it's 2 passes and they're shooting a layup on the other end. They're not just big,
No.
they're fast.
They're getting out of floor.
Yes, they do.
And they're aggressive. I mean, they crash the boards. I mean, this isn't we know we're talented. We don't need to make the extra effort. They make the extra effort all the time.
Yes, they do. And they could have out of their 5 starting players, they can have a different leading scorer every night.
Right.
Summertown side, Kurt had a quiet 16.
16.
But he was just snake bit in the second half. Had a lot of shots rim in and out.
Yeah.
Had a lot of shots that just fall off instead of fall in. And it was just tough, but he looked tired at the end of it. And
That's what I told him. And at the end of the third quarter, you could see him. And it went,
him and Cole Campbell, those 2 seniors both competed their tail off, but at the end of it, they were just wore down.
yeah, they were just, yeah.
So, hey, it's going to be interesting to see. I don't think either coach probably threw anything on the men's or women's side. They didn't show anything. You know, I think it was mostly throw it out there. Let's go.
Yeah.
Ran a few sets, but other than that, I don't think anybody was going to show their hand. I did have somebody come in today and say, well, you know, they didn't have to show anything because they're going to play each other in the district championship. And I said, whoa. I said, that's disrespectful to Mount Pleasant.
Yeah.
I know Loretta's probably not worried about them, but sometimes going to have an absolute war with Mount Pleasant.
Yeah, because they did.
Y'all just had one.
Yes.
Y'all just had one last week.
Yes.
I mean,
So, you know, that's you know, it's going to be interesting to see, start getting in the second half. But the good thing is, if you're Summertown, you know now what you've got to get better at.
Yeah.
You know, and it's mostly boys and girls side outside pressure from guards and not turning the ball over. And that, against Loretta, anyways.
Yeah, especially Loretto. I mean, they're going to force 20 turnovers on you. You're probably going to lose.
Yeah.
I mean, I would.
You
I
just
would,
can't catch up.
99.9% of the time, you're going to lose. That point.
'Cause you might not get it back in them.
Yeah. The 0.1% is if they have 20 plus
Yes.
turnovers, and then that would just be a pretty sloppy game. Let's move on to Lawrence County on the road at Tullahoma. Let's start off with the girls. Guys, they were down 15 late in the third quarter, but stormed back, made it a 4-point game about midway through the fourth. Couldn't complete the comeback there, and that's talking with Wendy Scott after the game at halftime of the boys' game, and she felt pretty frustrated. Almost not as frustrated as she was after the Richland game when you interviewed her.
But she broke our equipment.
But she seemed pretty frustrated. I think she knows it, and this team knows it. Is you can't take days off in that district because everyone's so even. They're so balanced. Everyone is right there together. And, it didn't help that Tullahoma hit 11 threes, 11 of 23 from beyond the arc. They were 3 of 16 from 2, 11 of 23 from 3.
That's
Wow.
tough.
That's a tough thing. And, you got some girls in foul trouble and girls bad turnovers again. I think it was another 20 turnover night for them. And this is a team that, we talk about not making mistakes and not shooting yourselves in the foot. Lately, last couple games, been shooting themselves in the foot against good teams in the district in winnable games because every game in that district's winnable.
yeah, I mean, I went back and watched a little bit of it today when I had time, and you're right, turnovers. I mean, it's just, it shot them in the foot early, and then it was like you played catch up the whole rest of the game. Like you said, you get it to 4, couple more turnovers, the next thing you know, it's ball game.
Yeah.
Well, and I feel like Wendy, Coach Scott, is just wanting them to turn that corner.
Right.
Yep.
She's wanting, I think Sophie's going to give you everything you got, the senior, the most experienced player on that team. But I think she's just waiting on some of those younger kids to say, okay, that's it.
Yeah.
Let's turn the corner,
Yep.
and it just hadn't happened yet.
Because it's there. I mean,
Yeah.
you can see it. It's almost there.
Yeah. But when you got an underclass team, underclassmen team,
Right.
that it's just gonna take a while. But I think that's just whereas you would just have somebody say we're not gonna lose this game and
Yeah.
finish the comeback where you're just not experienced enough or don't I think that's all I think that's probably what she's most frustrated with. She's ready for somebody to just take it and lead it.
Yeah. Speaking of taking it and leading, guys, Alex Bedford last night, 27 points, 11 rebounds. West Brewer, 12 points, 14 rebounds. They were taking on Tullahoma, a team that was off to an 18-2 start, best start in school history. 2-0 within the district, and they were just mauling people. The Wildcats go in there, out-rebound them 39-34. And it was a 10-point game at one point, I think, early in the third quarter, and then they just went on a roll. That 2-3 defense was stifling. They crashed the boards. Alex kept driving, and nobody could stop him. I mean, it was as impressive and a statement game that, if you think about it, they're not down 18 points at one point to Giles County. They might be up 3-0 in the district.
Realistically,
right
you should say we're undefeated in the district.
Yeah,
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Giles County could probably say the same thing. We can't blow that lead.
Right.
But Lawrence County's saying we can't get down that much.
Right.
That'll be interesting to
next
see
one.
at Giles County.
Yeah.
Yeah, next Friday.
But that's huge. That's a huge road win because I don't care. Look, I wasn't the best player, but you felt 10 points down going to Tullahoma to Winchester from the freaking bus ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to go there, that team especially, when everything's smooth, I think they can beat everybody.
Yeah.
Anybody. But boy, when it starts looking bad, it's almost snowballs. Yeah. And so that's a big road win that they needed. They can build on. Mm-hmm. I hadn't watched a bit of it, but just seeing those stats and final score and that against the 18-2 team.
Yeah. I mean, they got the strategy, that 2-3 zone. They ran it a lot last year. They kind of started off man, but they've really applied it the last couple games. And I mean, Tullahoma, it looked like they'd never seen it before. They turned this, what used to be a pretty well-moving offense, made them stand still. Mm-hmm. They got the 6'11" guy in foul trouble, and he wasn't grabbing that many rebounds because West Brewer, Braden Fields, and Alex were all over him the entire game. I mean, you think about it, they played them 4 times last year. In every game, the margin of victory got smaller and smaller and smaller until that region semifinal when they needed Logan Boswell free throws with no time left to win the game.
Yeah.
And and we always joke if they played them a 5th time, Tullahoma was probably going to win. Well, kind of, guys, this was that 5th time. And Lawrence, I mean, it just always feels like there's that one team.
At some point, it's in Tullahoma's head. Anybody but Lawrence County.
Yeah.
Anybody.
Yeah.
Anybody.
Especially when they put it together like this.
And I had to say, was that gym floor like that last year?
No,
that is the most horrendous gym floor.
Don't say that to Hayden Burks. He loves that gym.
I didn't see it. Somebody had to show me a picture later when we go.
I mean, I was trying to I was at Mason's game and my daughter Ainsley was showing me the girls. It hurts your eyes, man. It's like this gray color, but I don't know. It was.
Well, they got new bleachers, which is awesome. They got new lights and the new gym. Here, let me show it to you real quick, Clint. You'll see what I'm talking about. It's grayish. It's a brand new floor. There it is.
Oh, Dusty, that ain't that bad. Lord, I thought it was going to be like those god-awful NBA.
Yeah, here's what it is on the sides. I mean,
it's not that bad.
It's not that bad. It looks great in person.
It may be okay. Yeah. I'll give you that.
But
maybe in person, but sure on an iPhone sitting in a gym it didn't look the greatest.
I got you.
Well, also you got to remember, Tullahoma is not an easy place to shoot. You're not going to go in there and shoot 60% in that building. Tullahoma doesn't even do that.
No.
Yeah, is that even the same? I don't even know if that's the same gym I played in. It's been so long. I don't think I've been to Tullahoma since my brother played, which was 2003.
I think that is the same gym because it's still got the old. It's still got the old goalpost, the poles come out of the wall, holding the backboard stuff up. It's still the same.
Boy, anybody got stuff like that in their gym, or to get a new gym.
Or somebody's got
You've been ranting about that since day one.
I mean, if you've got them coming out of the side of the wall to mount your goals, you need a new gym. I don't know who in the county still has one of those, but somebody.
What about if you were standing on the side trying to throw the ball in, and your feet are actually over the line because your foot's too big?
Anybody that wears a size 18 or more, they're inbounds, out of bounds.
Yeah,
you just can't do that.
You gotta go off to the side.
Yeah, they got to turn sideways to throw it in.
You got duck walk.
Oh, yeah. How many times have you ranted about that on the show? At least 3.
I'm going to keep doing it till they get one.
They should be next in line. No doubt they should be next in line.
Well, what, in 15 years?
Well, I've told y'all this story, when my oldest one went to Summertown, everybody said, "Ooh, they'll be the first one graduates in the new high school." Hell, my third one's graduated. We ain't even seen a doorknob.
You ain't got a lock on the stall in the bathroom.
I put 3 kids through there, and we ain't seen nothing. I think we got an extra porta potty or two.
Oh, you got an extra porta potty? Hey, you are getting a new football field.
I know.
To some local guys and gals that are playing at the next level. Let's talk about how well Carly Weathers has been playing in Alabama. It's a top 25 program. She's had a couple really good games, and she's really junior year. Last year, she really kind of started coming in her own. This year, she's one of the stars on that Crimson Tide team.
Yeah, well, I haven't got to watch a lot of women's basketball, but what I have and what I've watched of her, she's really put on a really good show in there. She's really stepped in that role.
I haven't kept up at all. I just see the stats everybody posts and stuff. And what is it? Is she the steals leader in the SEC?
I think she is leading the SEC in steals.
Yeah. That's pretty amazing. And y'all have got a crew going to watch, right?
There's a bunch of.
We've still got. I believe there's.
No,
11.
It's full. It's full.
It's full now.
It's full. They posted
after that post this morning.
Yeah, they posted just a couple hours ago. It's full.
Two buses making their way to Tuscaloosa on
Sunday.
On Sunday. That's right, Sunday. Leaving at 7:15 from Loretta High School and going down to Tuscaloosa. Watch them take on Vanderbilt, and should be a lot of fun. I mean, they're going to eat around the arena, go in there, have a good time. And Vandy's a pretty good team. I got to see them in person on Sunday. That's kind of part of my rant, not actual basketball, that horrendous building there in Nashville, but we'll get on to that.
Here we go.
A little bit later. But yeah, so she's doing great. Katie Criswell over at North Alabama. She's really kind of starting to come in her own, getting some confidence there with the line. She started, I think, every game but 2 for UNA this year, hitting some big shots. And, man, these local products, guys, they go to that next level and they start doing some big things.
Columbia State's not a sponsor of ours, are they?
No, maybe one day.
All right, well, I'll keep it in mind. But
JC and
JC
Ainsley
had left the team and then came back.
Yeah.
And is playing really, really well on top of Ainsley Burleson. And but they fired their coach and gave it to assistant coach. So I think everything's running smoother.
Yeah,
but they are playing really well in conference play.
Yeah, I think they're either first or next to first or second, because I was wondering about that situation. And thanks for isn't Brayley Burleson playing there too?
I think so.
Yep.
And I know Logan Boswell's over at UTC over at Pulaski.
Yeah.
He's been hurt all year.
Yeah.
So they're hoping to get his hamstring back, and he can get some playing time. I hope he don't have to miss the whole season.
Yeah.
And I talked to his Uncle Mitch the other night.
So, and also shout out to a Wayne County girl, Emma Bryan, to sign to play at UT Southern. So she's staying.
Okay.
She's staying close to home, and shout out to her for getting a chance to play at the next level. Because you got Blair. That by the way, speaking of. I saw something. Blair Bogus there in Wayne County is like the first girl in school history with 2,000 points and 800 rebounds.
Maybe so.
2,000 and 1,000, something like that.
I think, is it her coach that is the all-time leader, but she's about to pass her coach.
Right, yeah.
In points.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think she's the all-time rebound. But I think she's the first with like 2,800 rebounds. It's something. Clarify it for us if I'm really messing this up right now. But it's
I
something
call
like
her
that.
Uncle David Hastings does the play-by-play for him. I get it just like that. I guarantee you.
Whatever number it is, she's had a heck of a career at Waynesboro.
Yeah, she's going to go to a top 25 program in MTSU right after that as well. Well, coming up next, guys, we'll talk about the college football playoff and the NFL playoffs when we return here on Exports Live.
Got a dent, a ding, a scratch, or a bent fender? Major or minor, Car Country Collision Center in Leoma can fix you up. Car Country works with all insurance carriers, gives free estimates, can work on foreign and domestic vehicles, and has experience you can trust. They've been in business since 1990. Unfortunately, accidents happen, but you can get your car back on the road with as little hassle as possible with the help of Car Country. Call 931-852-4708 or stop by at 2567 Highway 43 South in Leoma.
Hey everyone, this is Landon Saunders.
And this is Nate Patterson with Cloud9 Fiber.
We're excited to finally be able to offer Lawrenceburg our blazing fast, reliable, and affordable fiber internet services.
If you're looking for a more reliable and more affordable provider, we at Cloud9 Fiber have you covered.
Plans start at $50 a month, and we can offer up to a gigabit to your home or business.
We are excited to be able to offer your first month of service entirely free. We encourage you to sign up on cloud9fiber.com or by calling 931-201-9098 so we can help you make the switch today.
For the best meal from south of the border, head to Cocina Real in Puente Grande for lunch and dinner. With a wide array of mouth-watering entrees, there's something for everyone on the menu. And you can't forget the cheese dip. They'll treat you like family, and you'll never leave hungry. Make Cocina Real Mexican Restaurant and Puente Grande Mexican Restaurant your choice for authentic cuisine, located in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
I'm Mike Keith, and my friends at Elliott Johnson Insurance have a great partner in Auto Owners Insurance. Auto Owners makes it easy to get life, home, car, or business insurance. Let Elliott Johnson Insurance find the Auto Owners policy that makes a difference in your life. Call Elliott Johnson Insurance at one of their 3 locations, Florence, Loretto, and Lawrenceburg. Elliott Johnson Insurance, moving forward for our clients every day.
Welcome to Employee Resources Credit Union, where you're more than just a number, you're family. We provide financial solutions that rise above those of traditional banks. With roots stretching back to 1964, we've served 4 generations during constant industry changes. We're known for our low fees and incredible rates. Join us and experience the credit union difference. ERCU, not for profit, for service.
Professional care with a smile. That will always be a guarantee at Encompass Healthcare. Whether you're looking for primary or urgent care, x-ray services, or even weight loss treatments, our team is equipped to serve your needs. Our doors are open Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5. Make an appointment with our providers, Kendra Brown or Tori Cox, today. Encompass Healthcare, located on Highway 43 North in Etheridge, Tennessee, right next to Chapman Tire.
For decades, First Class Charter has provided high-quality motor coach transportation services to the Tennessee Valley. With numerous safety and cleanliness accreditations, First Class Charter is ready to make your group trip a reality. Contact us today by visiting firstclasscharter.net. First Class Charter, the official motor coach company of the North Alabama Lions.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
He always gets his
own. X Sports Live, joined by Dusty Kaiser, Clint Brazier. I'm AJ Good, and guys, let's get right into what happened on Monday night. Ohio State, our national champions, and in the reign of Dusty Kaiser's Notre Dame Fighting Irish, but what looked like to be an Ohio State rout at one point. The Irish certainly made it pretty close there down the stretch. I wonder if...
I was praying they were going to come back and win because Dusty left.
He did leave.
I left.
He had to go to Walmart.
And they made it, got down 8 and needed to stop to get the ball back. I said, they're going to make this interesting. But what a gutsy call by Chip Kelly, Ryan Day, whoever made that call, that third and forever on that bomb that just sealed it.
Oh, that was it. That was a game.
Well, I wonder if Marcus Freeman's kicking himself going for the field goal instead of going for it on 4th down.
Yeah.
You know, the one that
I'm sure hindsight's 20/20, but I'm sure he is now.
Oh,
but,
sure.
But I would like to think, trying to throw up in my mouth a little bit, the Ohio State Buckeyes, and congratulate them because they did make Tennessee look a little bit better.
Yeah.
I think Tennessee played them closer, at least in the first half, than any other school did.
Oh, yeah, it was close. It was close.
Except for Michigan.
Well, I'm talking about the playoffs.
Right.
I'm talking about the playoffs.
So this is kind of, I've been thinking a lot about this. Ryan Day got his national championship, much deserved. They beat a lot of good teams along the way, but there is still that whole kind of stink and that sting from that Michigan loss. you lose to your most hated rival at the end of the year when everyone wanted your job. It's kind of one of those, we're the national champions, but you still lost to your rival and won their home.
If he loses to Michigan this coming year, he's fired.
And has a national championship to boot with it.
Yeah.
I just love what Shane Gillis tweeted. He's a big Notre Dame fan, and everybody was giving him heck. And he said, well, at least my coach doesn't have a painted-on beard. or a paints his beard on with a Sharpie or something. But
that's pretty good.
But, listen, $20 million will buy you a national championship.
Sure will.
And
that's
and
where we
you
are.
still have to go out and play and do it. And Ohio State, once that, when they lost to Michigan, I don't know that they couldn't have made the NFL playoffs the way they played.
Yeah.
So there is no better deserving team as far as on the field play and what they
did.
Yeah,
you're right.
So
they got the job done, and
it also helped the playoff committee,
right?
For the simple fact that there was a lot of teams thinking they should have got in and out.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have mattered.
Right.
With Ohio State in, it didn't matter.
And then also, I think it justifies it because they didn't play in their conference championship game. They weren't one of the top two, and still went and won the whole thing.
Yes.
So do you think that they changed the way they do the seeding?
I think you have to go Boise State and Arizona State. I think should have gotten in, but they shouldn't have got a bye.
Gotten a bye, yeah.
That's how I feel. They should have been down at the bottom.
Now, I think if you win your conference, you can get in,
right?
But you don't get a bye.
Right.
I just don't feel that way.
No, because Oregon got screwed.
Oregon had the toughest route. Of course, they only played one game out of it, but
but they were the number one team, And
if Oregon had lost to Penn State, they would have probably at least made it to the championship.
Oh, probably.
Because that would have been Penn State's.
Because Penn State would have been waiting on Ohio State.
One or the other. But that's it's just one of those crazy things. But you're right; they should at least reseed him. But here's thinking a lot about this today. I mean, the way everything works, and you talked about it, $20 million. It's the best team money can buy. Who's going to be the next best team that money can buy? The way this is going, and the way that it's kind of evening some things out with all the NIL money, who knows what the next
Michigan's spending it.
Yeah.
Oh, they're spending a lot,
and they're probably going to even open up the checkbook more since Ohio State won the darn thing.
Right, and they beat them.
Yeah.
Does Phil Knight? What's he do? He wants a title in Oregon.
Yeah.
I mean, he's done spent a lot.
He built a pretty good team there until they ran into just a better team.
Well, I think he'll keep spending money, and Oregon will keep doing Oregon things. Tennessee's unloading the checkbook.
Yeah.
They have they had me scared to death, but ever since the national championship happened, there's some Ohio State and Notre Dame players coming to Tennessee to visit. So they've opened, but you can't tell me Alabama, after the worst season they've had in a long time, is not fixing to spend money.
Right.
I mean, there's no way.
Calendar board, really?
Well, I didn't say the coach would be.
We can spend $100 million and still couldn't win. We got the dumbest coach in college football.
Well, they're still going to get him some better talent out there.
It's big. They got money.
LSU is open. I know LSU's spending.
What's Texas going to do? I mean, how much money are they going to spend?
Especially with old Arch.
They're going to beef up. They're going to keep their defense beefed up, and they're already poaching wide receivers left and right, getting ready for the Arch Manning era.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how about Quinn Ewers? I mean, I think he was either going to have to go to the draft or transfer because of everything with Arch behind it, but is that just another one of those guys like a Jalen Milroe type where it's like, who told you that you're ready for the NFL?
Did he declare?
Yeah.
Oh,
well, I can tell you who told Jalen Milroe is your team. The owner, the GM of the 49ers. We'll take him right now. What is he smoking? He said it. What's Jalen Milroe in San Francisco right now?
He must be planning on making him a running back.
Yeah.
Maybe a slot receiver.
We need the depth. All of our running backs were beat up last year.
Yeah, I thought Ewers was going to – I thought it was looking at Oregon. But
no, he declared.
Yeah. Well, there was no way he could stay at Austin.
Right.
If he had, they're losing Art.
Well, think about
he's not
it. You know,
setting another year.
He
I don't think
transferred
so.
from Ohio State. What if he would have just stayed?
They wouldn't have won a title. Look, he's not good.
I know, but Will Howard isn't exactly,
He's better than yours.
He's better than yours. I'll give you that. But if you watched him play at Kansas State, you would have gone, "No, this guy's going to go Ohio State, win a national championship."
I mean, it's no
don't
different. I
think
mean,
so.
Well, you got $19 million to
Right.
play with you.
Yeah.
It makes you
Well,
play
what's
a little
Beck
better.
going to do at Miami? I mean, you go from Georgia to Miami.
That's where his girlfriend is.
Well, I know. That's why he win. I mean,
He's going to get paid to play college
he's making
ball.
more money than there's like 4 NFL, like Jaden Daniels. He's making more money than Jaden Daniels.
I honestly had a thought the other day, and it may not. I don't. But he's going to Miami because you just watch him, and he looks so disinterested in being on the field. And I thought
This is his resting face.
I said he's going to Miami, and he's fixing to be the next Johnny Manziel, except without the big wins.
Yeah,
and the stats.
Yeah, he's just going to have the
fixing to
money.
go to Miami and have a big time.
He's going to have fun.
He's really
with his
gonna-
girlfriend.
Well, and he'll be able to sling it around in the ACC.
Oh, well, sure.
I mean, he's going to put up some
Oh,
numbers.
he's liable to lead ACC in passing.
Yeah.
But,
he's-
sheesh.
But he can't drive around, Miami like he could over in Athens. If you can't speed.
He'll be
over
down
Miami.
South Beach, moron, acting a fool.
Old Napoleon Dynamite slinging it around for the Miami Hurricanes. Well, let's switch over to the NFL. How much money, if you said at the start of the year we were going to have Washington and Philly for the NFC Championship game, how much money would you have put on that?
Philly wouldn't have shocked me.
No,
but I
Philly's
never,
not a shock, but
Never,
Washington.
ever would have said Washington.
Yeah.
Listen, I think the question is how much money was lost last week on Detroit losing?
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
I mean, I knew the Lions were beat up. I didn't know they were that beat up.
They're depleted.
Yeah.
And still made it that far with that kind of record in the NFL.
With the number 1 seed. And
listen,
if
Jared Goff got his head knocked off in that game. I mean, why do they not bring in Hooker?
And that was kind of shocking.
Teddy
to
Bridgewater
me.
come in off retirement from winning a state championship in his football team, and they put him in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Why not put Hooker in?
I don't know. I couldn't understand that why they didn't trust the guy that had the system.
That idiot's now running the Bears, and he'll probably take over there in Chicago too. So.
Yeah.
I mean, they lost both of their coordinators within the span of 24 hours.
They did,
One's
sure
the head
did.
coach of the Bears, and the other's the head coach of the Jets.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, Dan Campbell's still in charge, though. I mean,
Game of the week, Buffalo and Baltimore.
Well, speaking of Buffalo, Lamar Jackson, guys, another hyped up year, another potential NFL season, another season with no Super Bowl.
Hayden wanted us to know that's BS that they didn't bring in Hooker. So he's watching.
He's watching. I guess they're on their way back from Tullahoma.
Listen, Lamar, he said the right things. That I listened to the whole end of the game press conference, and of course they were trying to. Why do reporters? And I know I'm not doing disrespectful here, but
No, I could probably.
This is part of my rant.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna start it right now. Like, why were they trying to get Lamar to say something bad about Andrews? Like, why do you do that? He's not. I don't care if he hates the guy, and thought my grandma could have caught them passes. He's not going to say, he let him slip through his fingers. He's not. No,
it was a classy move. I think he said he underthrew it.
Yeah.
He took the blame for it.
Yeah, because he told her, he's like, oh, we talked on the sideline.
Yeah.
We done talked about it.
Yeah.
Well,
it's a question's fine about it, but I think once you're starting to pile on, like I'm okay with the initial question, but there's one thing where it's like you're asking about one specific play and people are piling on the questions. I have a problem with that. But if it's like a really bad coaching move,
Oh,
or
sure.
You fired somebody, hired someone else, and it didn't work out, and you're being grilled about it. You deserve all of that.
Yes, 100%.
But one play, let them talk about it, move on to the next thing. No, trust me, that I've been in those press conferences, and I get just annoyed as you listening to it as someone who's actually there in person.
Because listen, Andrews, you can throw him that ball 10 times, he's gonna catch all 10 of them.
Yeah.
It just happened to be on the biggest stage.
Yeah.
This year, and he dropped it.
And at the end of the day, what's the old saying? One play doesn't win or lose you a game.
No, those plays didn't do it. I mean, Lamar turned the football over. I mean,
horrible interception that had
really
got off to a terrible
start.
Yeah.
Terrible start, and why are you when you're going for two down there and you got two chances to run it with Henry and Lamar Jackson, you're throwing it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I question the offensive play calling myself. I said on our show, you got to wear them down. You got a running back, you got a quarterback that can do it, and darn if Buffalo didn't use that same concept.
They run it down their throat.
I mean, Allen, I think he rushed over 100, didn't he? Or got close.
At one point, they were saying in the middle of the third quarter he had only attempted 7 passes in the game.
Yeah, it was
I
something
think he only
crazy.
threw like 15 in the game completely.
Right. Well, they took that, what I was saying I wanted Baltimore to do.
Yeah.
And
they run with it.
And, quarterback sneaks. I mean, just delayed quarterback draws. Getting 13, 14 yards a chunk there in that first half.
Yes, and you had Cook that was getting the first down. You know, that'd be 3rd and 2 to get a first down. Then they start over, and then you got Allen, and then you got Cook again.
So is the Bills finally going to get some redemption?
I hope so. I'm a Bills fan right now.
Have to do it at Kansas City. And
the refs.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
But
You got the
God,
refs.
y'all know that if this thing is controversial, it's going to be all over.
Oh, if it's a controversial game.
But wasn't it you last week saying that
Josh Allen, there's a guy, and
actually they've got better, like more.
Yeah, while we're talking about it, someone text my buddy and see if he can get me the information.
But a good friend of mine in the coaching industry talked about this. He goes, you know what Buffalo should do right off the get-go? Just run a zero blitz, let Mahomes throw it to whatever, and just everybody at one time just knock his head off.
Yeah. That'd be amazing.
Like get your 15 yards, whatever. If they score, who cares? Go in there, everyone just flatten them, shake them up, and then you go back to play.
And if it doesn't kill him on that one, do it again on the second play.
Do whatever you can.
Like you don't want him to
seven.
If he runs to the sideline, have 5 guys hit him, knock him into the Gatorade.
Like you're trying to stick your helmet in his ear hole.
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't condone violence here on X.
Just on Patrick Mahomes.
Just on Patty. I like the guy they've been having on Instagram and TikTok. He looks like, I guess it is the dude that plays on Napoleon Dynamite.
John Heder.
Have y'all seen him?
No.
Like he goes out in his yard and
it's not him, but he's portrayed.
He's portrayed.
He does a great Napoleon Dynamite imitation.
Yes. And he walks out in his yard with like a yellow flag and he throws it up in the air and he's like, parallel. Roughing a passer, and it was nothing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's hilarious.
Well, I mean, shoot, if you're going to get 15,
earn it. Go ahead and just get it.
Shake him up. It's going to be cold.
Von Miller can slip off the edge. Yeah. Listen, if there's anybody that would hit Patrick Mahomes,
it's Von Miller.
It's Von Miller.
Well, and knows how to win. Knows what it's going to take to win the Super Bowl too.
Yeah, he won one with your
guy. We got to get there, boys.
Yeah.
I mean, at some point, the Chiefs, their luck in these close games has to run out.
Well, and I'm tired of hearing, look at Kelsey. That dude ain't done nothing all year. And he's had one game, this past game, and all he could do is flip his hair back in the wind, and then they had to Taylor Swift.
Well, that's the thing. Do we want Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl again for ratings?
No.
Well, I'm not asking us. I know we don't. I'm saying, what does the NFL want?
Oh, they want her out there on the field, standing in the middle, holding his hand as he runs a route, singing.
You don't think AT&T and Disney and all those commercials they're going to spend are hoping that Taylor Swift's there?
I mean, there again. See, you just said it. Now they're going to win. It's going to be so controversial. Josh Allen already made show up.
That's why I'm still going to bet that 20. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take them until you prove me wrong.
Yes. So what are the keys to victory in the Philly-Washington game?
I think Jaden Daniels wins.
You think he does?
I think my boy, and I call him my boy still. I mean, he's playing terrible. If you take Saquon out of the equation, Eagles suck.
Well, look, I feel like Philadelphia is barely hanging on.
I mean, I think it's between the coaches and the players.
I think they've got the talent. They could be the best team in the NFL, but I think they could get beat by anybody. Washington reminds me of those 2 New York Giants teams that Eli Manning played that are hot at the right time.
Yep.
And I'm predicting Washington is going to the Super Bowl.
Oh, I do too. I have no doubt.
Love hearing that, guys. Love hearing that.
He was going to say, now here's the numbers. Philly's going to win, and
No, I'm not breaking. I'm trying to find my quiz questions
Oh.
for you guys coming up. So speaking of, we're going to talk some wrestling, and I'm going to get some baseball and basketball questions for these guys. It's coming up next here on X Sports Live.
Don't make us look like idiots.
That's the best part.
Flooring sets the tone throughout your home.
For flooring that makes the right first impression, start by choosing us, Floored by Justin.
A one-stop flooring destination. Our new location stands alone for unequaled customer service and selection. Owner Justin Story's mastery of custom hardwood inlays means every room can have a custom look. Discover how the right choice of hardwood, laminate, carpet, or tile can set the tone in your home. Contact Floored by Justin today.
The Summit of Lawrenceburg is the premier senior and assisted living community in the region. The Summit makes it home for you or your loved one with diverse suites that welcome and encourage community, plus gathering spaces, neighborhoods, daily activities, and a wonderful staff that supports you every day.
Hi, I'm Tara Blue. I'm the new director of the Summit, and we would like to invite you and your family to come and tour our facility. We would love to see you here.
Let me tell you about a place that has it all for your home, bedroom, kitchen, lawn, and more. It's a home-owned and home-operated business that's been around for over 70 years, so you know they're doing something right. At Swap and Shop Center in Lawrenceburg, you'll find top name brands for every room of your house and top brands for the outside too. Looking for appliances, televisions, couches, safes, bedding, mowers, and well, the list goes on. So make the drive today to 824 North Military Avenue in Lawrenceburg and be treated right.
There's no job too big or too small for Gonzalez Lawn and Landscapes. Owner Chris Gonzalez works hard to make your commercial or residential properties one of the neighbors will envy. You won't find a lower price anywhere else, and that's a guarantee. We offer mowing, landscape removal, small construction jobs, and more. Our team is licensed and insured to ensure the best work for Lawrence County and surrounding areas. Your satisfaction is our goal. We won't leave until you're happy. Call today to set up a free quote.
Make your property rock and roll with services from G&S Excavating, specializing in white sand, compost, mulch, topsoil, landscape gravel, and steel landscape edging. Turn to the pros who know how to make your project shine with years of experience. The best part is they're locally owned and operated. Choose from a vast selection of mulch and rock from their conveniently located facility at number 3 Valley Road in Lawrenceburg, just off Buffalo Road. Phone 931-279-3841 and get started today.
Hey, this is Phil Hooper. Get the look you want for your favorite school, church, or business with apparel from HD Ink Screen Printing in Leoma, Tennessee. Got a logo you need embroidered or screen printed? Let HD Ink give you the professional look that sets the bar in today's world. We do fundraisers and custom designed apparel and so much more. Call today, 931-201-2961, or come see us at our new shop located at 26 Ingram Road in Leoma. Remember, HD Ink for the look you want and the look you deserve.
A moment in real estate with my dad, Jeff Hood.
You know, I get asked a lot about what the market's going to do. How's the real estate market? I've been selling real estate for a long time, and nobody has a crystal ball. And you know what? When it's your time to buy or your time to sell, it really doesn't matter what the market's doing. It's your time, and you have to do something maybe. What makes a difference is the agents and the experience that go to work for you. We're Keller Williams Hood Company, located here in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. We can help.
Hood Company, powered by Keller Williams, the #1 name in real estate.
There's a reason owners Tyler and Cindy McDowell chose the name In Service for their towing business. They did because it's their goal to be in service for you on the day that you need them the most. In-Service Towing is now known far and wide for their response time because minutes matter when you're broken down. Or their 24/7 availability, you can call them anytime for service. Their professional team with years of experience and their fairness, plus their know-how in dealing with the unexpected. But the thing that In-Service is known best for is how they treat their customers, and that's like family. When you need them, call them 931-843-9098. Jack Davis Insurance, located at 201 West Gain Street in Lawrenceburg, has you covered through life's obstacles. Jack Davis specializes in group insurance for businesses and institutions of all sizes, with coverage for life, accidents, cancer, critical illness, short-term disability, dental, and vision. Jack Davis can customize a plan to meet every need. Now available Medicare plans for seniors. Contact Paige Davis at 931-492-9284 today for Medicare Supplement, Medicare Advantage, and prescription drug plan insurance. Serving Lawrence and surrounding counties since 1987, call the team at Jack Davis Insurance today at 931-242-5225.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
Gear shifter.
Welcome back here next. Oh, you guys. Welcome back here to X Sports Live.
We're on one now.
Yeah, we're on one now. We're hearing all kinds of things. I want to shout out to our presenting sponsor, C&B Linen, right here in the cup. Dusty took home the red one. He was really appreciative of that Yeti. Took home the blue one, and this is the one we got. But we thank you guys for sponsoring us.
Hey,
Big
we got
shout
an extra
out.
one over there. I may have to steal that one too.
Oh, that's right. We do got a blue one left. Okay. Well, you're over here just making a mess. All this work Ben Luna put on the set, and you're just making this mess.
It's my ADHD.
I want to find out who's messing with my microphone, by the way.
He hadn't noticed every time I walk out. I just pull it.
Well, I come in like this earlier. They ain't like this.
Well, before we get into some wrestling talk, I've got two statistical questions. They told me in the break, like nothing new. They want like 80s and 90s baseball questions. Okay, guys. I want you to be able to name the top 10 all-time leaders in home runs for guys drafted in the 80s. So, before we go into the top 10, let me give you number 11 and number 12.
Okay.
Number 12 was Joe Carter, 396 career homers. Number 11 is Mike Piazza, 427 career home runs.
I got 2 on the list right now.
Mark McGuire.
I got more than that then.
Barry Bonds.
Yeah, he's 4th. Bonds is 1.
Griffey Jr.
2. She got 3 of the 10.
Jim Thome.
Number 3, 612.
Is Dave Justice in there?
Sammy Sosa.
Dave Justice not in there?
No.
Sammy ain't in there?
No, Sammy. I don't think Sammy was.
Sammy's drafted in 1990.
Yeah,
I got his
he
rookie
was.
card,
That's
1990,
right.
not
I was
89.
about to
Because
say.
that was 89 was Griffey's class.
Fred McGriff.
McGriff is number 7. 493.
Let's see. How many have we gotten so far?
Juan Gonzalez.
Juan Gonzalez is not on the list. So you've gotten Bonds, Griffey, Thome, McGuire, and McGriff.
I would say Andre Scalaraga if he was in the 80s.
He's not on
Was
there.
he drafted? Was he?
Well, he's just not on this
He
list.
just not on the list.
Wow.
Cecil Fielder. Nah, he was drafted. He was 70s.
Yeah. Jose Canseco.
That's number 9.
Get the Bash
462.
Brothers. I
Yeah,
said one.
yeah.
How did I not say that?
462.
What about Bobby Bonilla?
He's not on the list.
But by God, he's
still getting
the
paid.
smartest.
I don't think he hit over 300 home runs, did he?
Hey, he probably did.
He didn't have to. He's got the best agent in the history of Major League Baseball.
Ron Gant. Dale Murphy's in the 70s.
Think of one guy that played for one team at first base his entire career. Because I'm looking at the
Will
list.
Clark?
No.
Not Will Clark didn't play for
Mark
him.
Grace.
No, Mark never hit over
I was gonna say, it
2.
wouldn't
I don't
be
think he
Mark
hit over
Grace.
300. I don't think he hit
First
over 250
base in the 80s.
in a Central Division team. And he's drafted
John
in the
Crook.
80s. No. He was drafted in the 80s.
But hit the most in. But
Yeah, he's part of the class that hit the most.
think of him in breaking out and then not playing in the 90s.
Yeah, you really know him from the 90s.
First base.
Yeah.
Not Pujols.
No, it's two.
No,
Oh, it's
he
two.
wasn't drafted in the 80s.
Was Pujols even drafted in that? Yeah, I guess he was.
He's drafted
late
in the
90s.
late 90s. Let's see. You said Will Clark.
Yep.
That wasn't him.
Actually, there's two first
Who
base.
was-
There's 2 first basemen left.
Who was
on
the Red
this list.
Sox first baseman? Was it Mo Vaughn?
Yeah, but he didn't hit over 400. I don't think he hit over 3.
Poppy wasn't drafted in the 80s.
No.
There's 2 first basemen left. There's 2 first basemen and an outfield left on this list.
We've got it down to 3.
You're really going to be mad at yourselves for not getting at least 2 of them.
And you said they're in Central, AL or NL?
Well, they crisscrossed during his career, so.
The one that we're talking about played first.
Bagwell.
Ah,
Number 10,
yeah.
449.
Yeah.
So that leaves 2 left.
And another one is a first baseman.
And first baseman DH combo.
All right, so that's American League.
American League.
Yep.
So that would have to.
And he spent his entire career in the American League with 3 different franchises, but the bulk of it with 1.
Who played? Rafael Palmeiro.
He is number 5 with 569 home runs. So you got 2 left. My bad. I totally forgot about him. My keyword for him was going to be steroids.
Yeah.
But he's number 5, 569. So now you need 6 and 7.
Positions.
First baseman DH. The other one was an outfielder.
Okay.
All right.
And it's American League.
American League.
Did he play 80s and 90s, or was he most?
Yeah. And some in the 2000s. Both of these
Okay.
guys did play in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s.
Okay.
Well,
Tito.
Martinez.
Yeah, didn't. No.
See, I'm just trying to go down a list there. Like the Padres didn't have a first baseman that was a stud. They would stick out.
One of the guys did play for the Padres.
It's not Mattingly. Mattingly was drafted in the
he's
70s.
drafted in the 70s.
Well, it wasn't Tony Gwynn. He wasn't a home run hitter.
Nope.
Benito Santiago. Gary Sheffield.
Yeah, that's a good
Number
outfielder,
7,
Paul.
509 home
Yeah.
runs. Played for the Brewers, Padres, Marlins, Dodgers, Braves, Yankees, Tigers, and Mets. That leaves 1.
And this is the first baseman / DH.
I mean, and he had a great nickname. He had a big nickname.
Oh, the big hurt. Frank
Thomas, my
Number
favorite
6,
player.
521 home runs.
We're so stupid.
Oh, man. Oh, okay.
He was technically drafted in 1990.
I'm still proud of us, though. Even with hints, we got 10.
Yeah, we got 10.
I mean, it went better than what I thought it would. Usually
Oh,
these questions. he's
Oh, most
asked-
time he makes us look
I've
stupid.
got my phone down
Yeah, I'm
there.
down here like Google. Hey, Google, listen to him.
Okay. There are 4 players in NBA history with 700 points and a Finals MVP in the playoffs. 4 players.
Jordan.
He's number 1.
LeBron.
Nope.
Good.
Kobe.
Good.
Nope.
Jerry West.
No.
Kareem.
No. None of these guys played. Of the 4 played in like the 80s and.
Magic.
Nope.
Bird.
Jeez.
Nope.
All right, tell me that it had 700 points and at least a Finals MVP.
Yeah, they had a 700 points in the postseason and a Finals MVP.
Tim
It's only
Duncan.
been done 4 times. No, but there is a spur on this list.
David Robinson.
No.
Kawhi.
He was the 4th guy to do it. So you got Jordan and Kawhi. Now I will give you clues. These
I cannot
two.
believe Kobe did not have.
These two are big men. They're big men that got
Kobe?
Kobe didn't have 700 points in the playoffs.
and a Finals MVP.
Oh, he
You
never
gotta
did win a
combine-
Finals MVP.
You got to combine the Finals MVP.
Kobe won a Finals MVP.
No, Shaq did.
But Kobe won it the last 2, didn't he?
It's the second guy to do it with Shaq. 700 points in the Finals MVP.
So now we're down to 1.
Yeah, mid-90s big man.
The Dream.
You got it.
Yep.
Hakeem Olajuwon. So it's Mike, MJ, Shaq, Hakeem Olajuwon, and Kawhi
See,
Leonard.
Kobe just didn't have the points then
Yeah.
because he won a Finals MVP that last year. His
When they
last
didn't
one.
have Shaq.
Yeah.
They won 2 without Shaq.
Yeah.
Because he's got 5.
So
Won
he
3
just didn't
with
have
Shaq.
700 points.
I guess
and
not.
And here's another fun basketball one. And then this one, these are mostly guys that played in the 90s, 2000s, and beyond. There's only 5 players in NBA history that played with one franchise for 18-plus seasons. Only 5.
That's Tim Duncan.
Yep, that's number 3.
18-plus seasons.
And played with one franchise only for 18-plus seasons.
Olajuwon, he only played with the Rockets.
I don't think he played 18 years.
No,
though.
he might
No,
have. Karl Malone.
Yeah.
But nope, but one of his teammates.
Stockton?
Stockton's number 4.
Stockton was there before Malone.
Yeah, so you
That's
got
right, he's a year before
You
him.
got Duncan and Stockton.
18 years.
Dominique didn't play.
No, Nick didn't play it long. Charles went to he played at Philly and
Houston.
And Hayden, this ain't fair if you're texting
Hayden Birch,
because you can cheat. He said dirt.
Yep, that's number one.
Quit cheating, Hayden. We know you looked that up.
You didn't know that, Hayden.
You got 2 left.
Kobe.
Number 2.
I
So
mean,
you got 1 left.
Yeah, he played with the Lakers the whole time.
1 left.
D Wade.
No.
He didn't play 18 years.
He played for the Bulls too.
That's right. He
That's
did.
right.
Yeah.
Legendary shooter, legendary trash talker.
Reggie Miller.
You got it.
100% Reggie Miller.
Yeah.
Dude, that's
Good job. All right. Well,
I feel like we did all right.
I think we did, man.
We had a little help, but we did all right.
I'm kind of disappointed that it took you that long to figure out Frank Thomas.
That's my favorite baseball
I know.
player.
512 home runs, but it did tell you how good it was. That
And
generation
honestly,
of the 80s draft picks.
I thought Thomas, but I really thought he got drafted in the 90s.
I thought he actually got drafted in 1990. If you look at his rookie cards, they are 1990 tops. That's the one that's worth so much
he
money.
was drafted like 88, 87, and slowly worked
Out of
his way.
Birmingham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He played at Auburn.
But you think of that documentary that was really good, Bo Barkley and the Big Hurt.
Yeah.
He was there. It was the 80s.
Yeah. So there you go.
He was just like me. He's just a physical specimen.
He was- that's what I was thinking, man.
He just looked young even when he was old.
He
Like
did.
now.
Yeah, I mean, when you got out I was sitting there when you got out of your Tahoe, and I was like, man, look at Brazier.
That's like
thought Triple H was walking in.
I
or
did,
something.
I did. I thought
Frank Thomas walking in the village.
I really thought. I mean, I thought he done swole up. I mean, I thought, man,
I've
Triple H.
swelled up. I've swelled up. I promise you that.
Sunrise Bakery swolled up over there.
Hey, 2 weeks. Been clean for 2 weeks.
6 months and
been clean for 2 weeks from the bakery.
Oh, man, they're about to go out of business.
Yep, they're hurting.
Old Kennick's calling right now. Hey, where's that guy that comes down here and twice a day? We need him back in here.
Dozen donuts and 2 sun drops. Well, guys, moving on to wrestling. First, we want to give a shout out to Premium Pro Wrestling. If you haven't checked out our broadcast,
I have, and I was really wanting to. I told you guys I had to go to Huntsville to watch a nephew play travel hockey, which is a first. And
what?
Yeah, I got a nephew who lives in Knoxville, and he plays on a travel hockey team. They were playing in Huntsville, so I got to go watch my first ever youth hockey.
I bet that was wild.
It was cool. It was really cool. But I was hoping to get back, but I did watch it live and stuff. You guys did a great job, and Lakeisha. I mean, they take so much pride in that. Yeah.
Listen,
entertaining.
That's what I was fixing to say. You know, they was talking on the show, and I went to the one prior to it.
Yeah.
It's a family atmosphere,
Yeah.
and I didn't bring it up last week when we were talking to him, but I had. When I was there, Anthony gave me the privilege. I went back and talked to a couple of guys, kind of got their story, you know, where they come from. And I won't give the name of the one that I talked to, but that's the first thing he told me is when he hooked up with Anthony and Lakeisha and started wrestling with them, as he said, it will be a family-oriented show.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yes, we're going to get with the crowd. We're going to have words with them, but there won't be any cussing. There won't be any, you know, profanity.
No
nothing
sex
like,
stuff.
nothing like that. And we're going to keep it family fun. And I think they do a great job.
Yeah, and I was impressed. That's a well-oiled machine. We got 6 matches in an hour and a half with an intermission. And, you know, they were on time. The wrestlers did a great job. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a good time because I'm not going to lie, I was a little bit stressed because I asked him how long this was going to take because I had a women's basketball game to go call a UNA at 6, and she goes, "Oh, we'll be out of here by 4," and I was on the road by 3:40. So
right.
that was
the only thing I'm going to do, and I was going to message her and tell her. I laughed because the last one I was at, and then I noticed on y'all's show, they ring the bell off an app or YouTube.
Yeah.
If anybody's listening and has a bell that we can borrow to let hit with a hammer, that would be awesome.
Don't say that. Some redneck here in Lawrence County is going to go steal a fire alarm or something. Hey, I got you.
I got you. Why is it all red? Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Where'd you get this at?
Where'd you get this thing? But,
I stole it at the same place I got the hammer.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a great time, and I'm glad that X Sports is now becoming a part of that, and the new show. They got one coming up.
Yeah, and they had a packed house. We had good food. The fans were great. Everyone was really chatty, and Again, the wrestling was good. I had a great time. I
think the next one we're just going to set us up 3 microphones,
Yeah.
and we're going.
I'd love to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I'd love to.
I know. Well,
I'm gonna-
take me to your next travel hockey game. I'm a huge hockey guy. I would love to watch some.
It was big time.
Yeah, good time there. Well,
And I was so. You got there, and it's just odd thinking travel hockey out of Knoxville. But the team they played first was from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I thought them Cajuns don't know how to ice skate.
They played good.
But they did.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
They played good.
Yeah, I mean, hockey's kind of slowly but surely growing in the South.
I think it is.
I covered the SBHL for a couple of years. Guys, the best attendance and one of the best attended teams in all of minor league hockey, and I know they're not affiliated, is the Havoc. They average about 5,500 fans a game.
Mm-hmm.
There's some ECHL teams, who are affiliated with NHL clubs that would love 5,500 people.
Guarantee it.
And Huntsville packs it out
Right.
every night, which is awesome. A really big shout out to that fan base.
Yep.
But then moving to some wrestling here, we got the Royal Rumble. A couple weeks away. We're kind of getting teased. Who's going to be there? Who's not going to be there? Obviously,
I know Cena's going to be there. That's the only
And we
one I
know-
know
and
for
Punk.
sure.
And Punk. And now Punk, did you see him?
Yeah. It kind of looks like
He's
Seth.
calling him out a little bit.
Seth Rollins is going to be there.
Drew
for sure.
McIntyre's
Drew
put himself
McIntyre's
in.
going to be there. I think LA Knight's going to be involved. Sammy.
There was no way. I think I said it maybe 2 weeks ago. There's no way that Cena's going to do this run and not have at least one match with Punk.
Right.
He's got to.
As many
Yeah.
great matches as they put on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I saw someone today. Someone's like trying to predict the WrestleMania 41 card without The Rock,
Mhm.
even though he keeps saying he's not going to be there, and he hasn't really given any indication.
Mm-hmm.
I know we're months away from April, but he hasn't really given any indication that he's going to be involved in anything. Unlike this time a year ago when it was pretty much a done deal that he
Right.
was going to be there, but they're thinking it's going to be Cena and Cody at the main event, night 2 at WrestleMania.
I think it's only a matter of time before Cody turns heel.
I think he does. I think he's going to finish the storyline with Kevin, and then he's going to turn.
Yeah.
Who's he turn on? I don't know. It's kind of up in there. Who I think
It may turn on Cena.
Yeah, or he might turn on Sammy.
Could you see Kevin and Cody finishing their feud, and then Cody screws Cena at the Rumble?
Yeah. That'd be great. That'd be a great way to start that.
It'd be a great way to start it.
Really good feud. But this is going to be a star-studded, action-packed Rumble.
I think so.
It really is.
And we still got surprises.
Yeah.
There's going to be 1 or 2.
Yeah, some legend's going to come out of nowhere. Could it be The Rock? Who knows?
Brock Lesnar.
You've been saying Brock Lesnar's
I've
going
been-
to show up at
for
every
6
TLC
months.
for the last 2 years.
I said Punk. I don't think he goes on this year run without a match with Lesnar.
They put on some just
unless they found more stuff of Lesnar tied into this Vince McMahon crap, which I think is everything's been shot down.
I think it has.
I think it's over.
I think it's
At this
over. Like
point.
I just think they're saving it. Like it's just going to be like one night,
Yeah. Oh, if you hear his music at the Rumble,
dude.
oh,
I'll take the roof off my own house.
yeah.
right.
I mean, we're going to be watching it at Will's house. So
We're gonna be in the basement,
We'll
so
be
we'll
in
have
his
to take a lot of
basement, so you're
floors out.
really gonna have to lift
Will?
a lot.
Hey, listen. I hope Will has said something to his old lady. I hope she's not hearing this for the
she's
first time.
finding
Will,
out
you
now.
better have told.
You got some weeks to prepare,
Kim,
Will.
we're coming.
We're
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah.
We're bringing food.
Yeah. Well, as long as we bring food and clean up, I think she'll be okay.
Well,
I'm not cleaning up.
I ain't cleaning up nothing.
I didn't see y'all clean my house up the other night.
Well, he left early. So.
That's why he's getting out of cleaning.
I thought, I was sitting there and I thought, man, this game's over. They're not going to win. It's about 5 degrees outside.
Yeah.
I'm going to start.
He's like, oh, guys, I got to go to Walmart.
Yeah.
I got to go, man.
He didn't go to Walmart. He went home, went to bed.
No, I didn't. I did go home after that. But, yeah. Listen, I think wrestling, we keep talking about it. WWE's in a great spot.
Yeah.
What I don't like, and I guess I'll wait till my rant.
Oh, okay.
You got a wrestling rant.
You got a wrestling rant, huh?
Well, it has to do with it.
Okay.
And you'll get it when I get there. You'll
Okay.
see.
Well, speaking of, those are coming up next here on X Sports Live.
Are you looking for the perfect refrigerator? What about a new stove or washer or dryer? It only makes sense to shop at the one place that specializes in appliances, top to bottom, big or small. And that's Kelly Appliance in Lawrenceburg. Kelly Appliance is home to all major name brands, including LG. LG makes life good with a full selection of refrigerators, cooking appliances, dishwashers, microwaves, and more, including appliances made right here in Tennessee. Family owned and family operated. Stop by Kelly Appliance on Jerry Street in Lawrenceburg today.
At Lawrenceburg Federal Bank, we're proud to be locally owned and operated because we're not just a bank, we're family. When you call, you'll be greeted by a friendly representative who's ready to discuss your banking needs, as well as offer our competitive rates on CDs and money market accounts. Our loan decisions are made in-house and never sold to a secondary market because our commitment is simple. You matter to us. At Lawrenceburg Federal, we offer all the conveniences of larger banks with a personal touch. Join us at Lawrenceburg Federal Bank, where community, trust, and service come together.
Lawrenceburg Flooring and More is your premier source for hardwood, laminate, luxury vinyl tile, sheet vinyl, residential and commercial carpet, carpet tiles, ceramic and porcelain tile, waterproof floating floor, plus blinds and shutters. Lawrenceburg Flooring and More is also home to all name brands and can tackle projects big and small. Installation, you're covered with installers who've got years of experience and stand behind their work. Let Lawrenceburg Flooring and More make your design dreams a reality. 2760 Highway 43 North, or visit LawrenceburgFlooringandMore.com.
LUS is committed to our customers, from providing and maintaining energy-efficient utility services to friendly, helpful customer service. LUS is there. At LUS, we're always challenging everything we know, every day. We strive to improve efficiency and reliability while focusing on our responsibility to our customers and the community. It's our promise to provide dependable service to our customers every time. Because we don't just work in Lawrence County, we live here too.
Make your lawn a legacy. At Legacy Lawn and Landscapes, we put more than 16 years of experience into your goals. We won't meet your expectations, we'll exceed them. We offer consultation, installation, maintenance, hardscapes, construction, and land clearing services. Owner John and Jamie Brewer with their team are dedicated to providing the highest quality landscape services to commercial and residential clients in Middle Tennessee. Service, teamwork, results. That's how you leave a legacy.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
All right, welcome back to X. Dusty's so bad about wanting to start a story right when I break out that stinger. You do it during games. You do it on the show. Every time I'm like, all right, we're about to come.
I've caught three ball games with him this year, and I have to go.
He gets going literally.
I just want to talk to y'all point
You can tell your story after. Anyways, time for the rants. First of all, again, another shout out to our sponsor here at C&B Linen. Dusty, your turn, bud.
My first before I get started, shout out to, I guess really not shout out, the senior class. My daughter's president of senior class. They are doing a golf ball drop for their drug-free after grad party. Closest to the hole wins $1,000. Furthest from the hole wins $250. The ball drop is going to be on Friday night, March the 7th. One ball for $20 and 50 for 3. You can see You can find my wife on Facebook. She can probably answer the question on how to pay for it and all that. But it goes to a good cause to help the seniors and their after grad party.
Awesome.
Now, my rant's not just real crazy, but Netflix, and I don't blame it on WWE. It's a great thing, but Netflix is now raising their prices starting this month, your bill cycle, because of how good it's doing. And the first thing they said was because we got WWE.
Well, I saw that, and not to cut you off, I'm sure you got more to say about it, but I saw that, and you can still go back on Peacock and watch the replay of it.
Yeah.
So until they keep Peacock from doing it,
we can go.
I'm not. I won't have Netflix. I'll just watch it the next day or two.
Right. But and I get it. You know, it's a money grab. But like, that's 2025. You know.
And you would think it shouldn't have to be a money grab because there's probably so many people that got a Netflix account
just for WWE.
You know,
so they should be making money anyways.
Yeah.
But you know, it's almost like we're. And here I go, but like they just nickel and dime you to death.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they want you to watch their product. You know, they want you to get here, want you to get this subscription to this. But you know, hell, at the end of the day, by the time you pay for all your TV stuff, I mean, you spending $200 or $300 a month.
Oh,
it seems
God,
like on
it
TV.
made me sick when I actually broke down and see how many subscriptions we got. And I'd like to say we cut a lot of them out, but we don't. We just keep spending the money.
No, we just keep spending money, and then some of them we don't even watch till a show comes on 6 months.
Listen, I didn't realize I have Paramount. That's how stupid I am. I have Paramount Plus through Prime, but we've also got Paramount Plus on its own.
Yeah.
So I've got two accounts.
Well, we have Paramount Plus, but I got YouTube TV, which plays Paramount, so you can watch every Yellowstone. Nothing's edited.
Don't need a Paramount
Don't
Plus
even need it,
account.
but no, it's how dumb we do too. But anyways, that was just it. You know, quit trying to nickel and dime us to death at Netflix and all these other people that we subscribe to watch our sports or movies or whatever. You know, most of us got away from direct or dish because it was astronomical.
Right.
And Dish may make a comeback.
They may, people keep charging up. They may make a comeback.
Kidding.
Yeah.
I mean, shoot, I literally have an Apple Plus subscription just because I wanted to watch that Patriots Dynasty thing on that Apple TV, and then I got caught in a couple.
Listen,
other
there's some
sports
great
documentaries.
shows. We have Apple. There's some great shows.
There
on
are,
Apple.
Absolutely.
and a couple good movies on well. So, what you got, bud?
I don't have a rant at all. You were saying we need to give our thoughts and prayers.
We do. We need to think about the families, not just Antioch High School, but the family of all the kids and the ones who's passed and the ones that's in the hospital. Man, it's such a sad thing. And, you know, not going into details. Everybody can look it up. But it's just, it's a shame, you know, Clint, like we were just talking off air. You know, AJ's got 2 that ain't made it to school yet. And I've got one fixing to get out, and I got one that's, you know, halfway, you know. It's a shame, you know. And
I'm not going to get, I'm not going to get into a gun debate. I'm not going to get into any of that stuff. But I am, like I told you guys, I hate that my kids are grown up. I miss them being little, but it feels like it's only a matter of time for something like this hits close to home.
You're right.
And, you know, so if you see them beefing up securities or locking in or things like that, you need to realize it's for a reason. And it's just amazing how this keeps happening.
Yep, it is.
Why it keeps happening.
Yeah.
That's what I can't.
And I think, you know, I know people's
And if
watching.
anybody don't understand, we're talking about a school shooting that happened in Antioch, Tennessee.
Today.
So,
and listen, I know people are watching this right now. They're probably thinking, "What these guys? Whatever." Have conversation with your kids about what to do.
Right.
You know, not just let the school. And I'm not taking away from the schools or saying anything bad. I mean, they need to have their plan, but like, you know, don't just let a teacher or a principal or whoever dictate your plan. You know, in situations like this.
Yeah, and you know, my time in TV news as a news anchor, and I've seen the political sides of this, and it's hard to walk that fine line. But at the end of the day, something needs to be done. And I don't know, and I'm not criticizing anyone in particular. I'm not criticizing any school board or nothing, but it is amazing how we allow people into these gyms and into these schools with some of the things that they've done? I mean, I've read it from my time, even going all the way back to working as a reporter in Charleston, West Virginia, and coming up on people and people telling me, like, do you believe what that guy's done? And I'm like, well, how in the world is he in a gym? Like, I think we need to be a little bit more mindful of who comes into the gym, especially if they have a track record. Like, I'm obviously, if they've cleaned up their act and they've done pretty good throughout the years, I completely agree with that, with allowing them back in. But if they've got some issues, guys, they probably shouldn't be allowed around large groups and children at the same time.
Agreed.
Yeah. I mean, we can talk about this in a lot of different ways.
But at the end of the day, I don't know what the perfect plan is. I don't know if there is a perfect plan, but nothing has been done about this. And, you've got, I mean, that's still a threat that can happen on a college campus. It's probably more than likely could happen on a college campus than it could in a high school, elementary school, or middle school. So that fear is going to still go with you.
Sure. Oh, absolutely. And I'm still going to worry about it when she's out of school. But like, it's nerve wracking as a parent. We talk about it. Sending your kids to school, and listen, and I'm not knocking. I don't want to say anything bad. I'm not trying to say anything bad, but about homeschooling. But I think that's one reason why we're starting to see more
100%
of that. It's just the safety, at the schools. And listen, you're right. It's not right here, but when is it going to be right here?
Well, hopefully it never will.
Hope it never happens.
But you know what? Antioch probably said that. There's all these places that it's happened. Probably never thought it.
Yeah. They're a little country town. There ain't nothing going to happen here. Well, you don't know that.
That's true. That's true.
And it's a furthermore reason that you need to talk to that kid that may be shy or bashful. You need to
just say, "Hey, how you doing?"
Treat them like humans.
Absolutely.
Don't bully them.
That's
treat them like humans.
We could talk about that
we don't want to get on that.
Yeah.
Hey, let me say this. I do have another rant, and it's about the utility system again. I said the one last week, and now it just makes me even more mad because I've been having to run gas and water, for the last 3 days overnight and stuff to not have any frozen pipes. I just know that electric system's looking over me going,
Oh, you think? Wait
till you see this next bill.
Yeah, that 800 just went up by 1,000. You don't want your pipes to bust, big boy?
Yeah.
Well, my rant kind of feels insignificant after what we just talked about, but all right, I know there's a lot of Vandy haters, and now I'm on him. I took my son to go watch the Tennessee women take on Vanderbilt because for those who don't know, I'm one of the first ever people to interview head coach Kim Caldwell when she was Kim Stevens at Parkersburg South High School. Her dad was a legendary coach there at Parkersburg South, and her class kind of started that legendary run that they had up there. So not only have I done a feature on her in high school, I did a feature on her husband when he was at Sissonville High School. So I was going there just to watch them because I know they have an exciting brand of basketball that, frankly, a lot of teams should probably emulate, men's or women's.
Right.
What they run is pretty cool, but, been a lifelong fan, lifelong admirer. Actually, got to see a family member of hers after the game and talk with them a little bit. So I take my 2-year-old son, and CJ was great the entire time, but I've got one complaint, guys. This is the SEC. This is a Power 5 or Power 4 basketball program. My son pooped while we were there. There was no changing tables in a Division I arena. They have them at UNA, but for some reason, we don't have them at Vanderbilt.
Yep. Very slide on over.
So you know what I did? Because I found we were sitting in kind of an emptier part of the arena. I just changed his diaper right there. A lot of Tennessee fans got to see my son's stuff. Why? Because Vandy, I mean, I know you charge everyone an arm and a leg, and you can't put a freaking changing table in your gosh darn bathrooms.
Hey, you make them mad. My kids weren't good enough to go to Vanderbilt, so they ain't gonna pull my kids tuition.
I don't like them after this year anyway, so just wear them out.
It's just I took my son to a ballpark, and the ballpark in Birmingham, great ballpark, but you go in the family restroom, and the family restroom doesn't have a changing table. That's the whole purpose of it. It's to have a changing table, and they didn't have one. Like, what moron is building this crap? Like these are nice bathrooms. They don't have a gosh darn changing table. I don't get this, and no one minded. Everyone was like, okay, I get it. Especially the ones with multiple kids are like, been there, done that. I get it, but it's just
literally happens.
Yeah, literally
happens.
And it was a big hit on top of all of that. So and when he's playing with monster trucks and doesn't want you to just stop the monster truck playing to change a stinky diaper in the middle of the fourth quarter. So of a UT comeback, I actually blame his poop. His poop is the reason the Lady Vols came back in that game, but just is what it is. It's just a pet peeve of mine that, and then on top of that, I'm going to go back on another rant that I had. It's not as grander as the other one, but if there's several stalls in the bathroom, and they're open, and you're in the middle of a game, do not use the big one with the changing table. Be respectful to the rest of us. Don't go in there and take a 25-minute dump. Go in there.
Well, now listen. Sometimes we can't help that.
Squeeze it out. Wipe yourself off. I mean, you're paying money. You're paying money to watch a game, not to sit in there on the toilet. But still, if you got all these open stalls, don't use the big one unless you're handicapped or you've got a kid. On top of that, go use the little ones. Be respectful. Actually care about someone else other than yourself. Okay, rant over. Vandy's awful. That building's so confusing. It's so it's a great building.
Hey, speaking of Vandy, though, big shout out to Zeke Scott and Brooks Bird in the dunk contest. Did you see that guy on Facebook and stuff?
I was there. I watched it. It was great.
And I think Zeke edged him out. No, they did a tie.
I think they did a tie. Yeah.
So that's my. Other than that, it was a great experience. I really enjoyed the building. It's historic. It's great. Got a great game, buzzer beater, all the whole things, and it's a good experience for me and the kid. I just you're Power 4, you're in the SEC, and you can't afford a changing table. Come on, be better.
Well, listen, if you need to go real bad on your way up there, you can just stop at Summertown's Field and use one of the porta potties if you need to.
They got plumbing now. They got plumbing now.
Well, I'm still just ranting on we need a new place.
I know. It's continuous rant.
At least you didn't rant on small bathrooms for big guys.
We're not going to bring up that whole story.
We don't need to get into that.
We're not going to bring up that whole story. So that will do it for X Sports Live. So for Dusty Kaiser, Clint Brazier, I'm AJ Good. We'll see you guys next week. All right, Dusty, continue.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.